The healing church promised salvation. They promised transcendence. But what if the source of their power was not a goddess? What if it was a prisoner? A biological anomaly? We are told Ebrietas is the daughter of the cosmos, but the science of her design tells a different story. In this episode of the Astral Reliquary, we ask the question that shattered Yharnam. Is Ebrietas suffering from cosmic despair, or simply the slow, agonizing death of a deep-sea alien marooned on land? Bloodborne begins with the visceral horror of beasts, but the deeper you descend into Yharnam's nightmare, the more the rules change. We move from gothic werewolves to something far more ancient, far more alien. This is the horror of the cosmos, the terror of things not meant for our world. At the end of the line of madness left behind in the aptly named altar of despair, we find Ebrietas, daughter of the cosmos. Her form is a profound contradiction: ethereal wings, oddly human legs, a headless torso, and a crown of writhing appendages. We see her tears and we feel her sorrow. But look closer, her design isn't just cosmic, it's aquatic. She's a being of the deep, marooned in a world that is fundamentally hostile to her very biology. The first clue lies in her unique structure. Ebrietas lacks the visible, rigid bone structure of a terrestrial life form. Her primary appendages, the tentacles, and her overall malleable body shape are hallmarks of an organism adapted for extreme pressure environments. In our oceans, creatures like octopuses and squids rely on a hydrostatic skeleton. Instead of internal bones, their structure is maintained by fluid pressure encased in muscle. This design allows for incredible flexibility and strength in the crushing depths, where a rigid structure might fail. Ebrietas' multiple, constantly shifting tentacles and the seemingly soft, fleshy consistency of her torso strongly suggest a similar origin. She is built for a world where the external pressure of water, not the internal leverage of bone, is the primary structural support. On land, her body is essentially deflating, struggling to hold its shape in an environment where the air provides no counterpressure. The second clue is the light she emits. Many of the deepest dwelling organisms in our oceans have never seen sunlight. Their communication, defense, and hunting all rely on bioluminescence, the ability to generate their own light through chemical reactions. Ebrietas is constantly aglow, emanating unnatural, eternal light. This is not merely aesthetic, it's a profound biological signature of a creature adapted to perpetual darkness. Her very being broadcasts her deep-sea origin. And then there are the tears. They're not merely an expression of sadness. Consider them through the lens of osmotic stress. When a deep-sea creature, adapted to the hypersaline, high-pressure environment of the ocean, is suddenly introduced to the low-pressure atmosphere of the surface, its internal chemistry goes haywire. Its body desperately tries to expel or regulate fluids that are now out of balance. Her constant weeping could be a biological symptom, the tragic, unending, visible sign of a creature fighting an environment that is slowly, relentlessly killing it. This leads us to a terrifying reality. Ebrietas is not simply sad, she is in a state of terminal biological agony. She's the ultimate deep-sea alien, pulled from her crushing, dark aquatic home and left on a sterile, exposed altar. This is the science of her despair. She is suffering from barotrauma, damage caused by rapid or extreme pressure change, and osmotic shock, where the imbalance of internal and external fluids cause cells to rupture or shrivel. The healing church, in its hubris, trapped a being whose life support system was literally the ocean, forcing her to exist in a suffocating vacuum of incompatibility. Her headless form, her broken body, and her aggressive, confused attacks are the manifestations of a being in profound, unending biological failure. She's not fighting us to live, she's fighting us because she can do nothing else. The church's greatest sin wasn't just summoning a great one. It was the scientific exploitation of a desperate, incompatible entity. They built their entire foundation of healing and power on the tortured existence of a single marooned alien whose tears were not divine blessing, but the terrifying biological proof of its suffering. Ebrietas, Daughter of the Cosmos, remains one of the most chilling bosses in video game history. Not because of her strength, but because of her weakness. She forces us to confront the true cost of cosmic horror, the raw, agonizing biological consequence of a life form stripped of its natural home and left to despair. Thanks for watching. This has been another episode of the Astral Reliquary. Did this scientific lens change how you viewed Ebrietas? What other tragic, biologically fascinating creatures should we deconstruct? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey into the secrets of Yharnam, be sure to subscribe. Until next time, be safe, and be afraid of the things that watch from the dark.